was a party going on. There was a splishing and a splashing.
Officials say one of the 5 officers who brutally beat a black man during a traffic stop took pictures of it and shared them. Documented photos of Tyree Nichols bloodied and
It's a funny song. Game Big Bang. Is it called ViralRabbi? No. Lyrics. Bang, bang.
Jim Ryan says that video has not been released to the public yet. The Memphis Police Department said the former officer's on-duty conduct was unjustly
Splash, I was taking a bath. Long about a Saturday night. Yeah. I rubbed up, just relaxing in the tub. Thinking everything was alright. Well, I stepped out the tub, put my feet on the floor. I wrapped the towel around me and I opened the door. And then splish splash, I jumped back in the bath. How was I to know there was a party going on? I was just fishing in a splash, feeling with the feeling, moving in a groove and rocking and a rolling. Yeah. Bing bang, I saw the whole gang dancing on my living room rug. Yeah, flip flop, they was doing the bop. All the queens were getting bug. There was lollipop with a Pegasus. Glad Miss Molly was even there too. And then a splish splash. I was right about the bath. I hung down and get the shoes on. Yeah, I was rolling in the stove and dealing with the feel and moving in the groove and splishing in the splashing. Yeah. Yeah, singing and dancing. Oh, just feeling and strolling. Yeah, I was just feeling and grooving. I was feeling and feeling. Yeah, I was rolling and strolling, moving in the groove. Push the side. Yeah, the dancing. Was just fishing in the dancing. I wasn't fishing in the flashing. This splash, I was taking a bath. All on that Saturday night. Yeah. Rubbed up, just relaxing in the tub. Thinking everything was alright. When I stepped out the tub, put my feet on the floor. I wrapped the towel around me and I opened the door. And then a splish splash, I jumped back in the bath. How was I to know there was a party going on? They was a splishing and a splashing, feeling with the feeling, moving in the groove, rocking in the rolling. Yeah. Bing bang, I saw the whole gang dancing on my living room rug. Yeah. Flip flop, they was doing the bop. All the teens had the dancing bug. There was lollipop with a Pegasus. You gotta miss Molly wasn't even there too. And then a splash, I forgot about the bath. Wanted to put my dancing shoes on. Yeah, I wasn't feeling in the stroller, feeling with the feeling, moving in the groove, switching and splashing. Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't fixing in the fashion. I wasn't throwing in the strolling. Yeah, I wasn't moving in the grooving. I wasn't moving in the feeling. Yeah, I wasn't rolling in the strolling. Moving with the grooving. Splish the splash. Yeah. And splashing. Are you done though, dog? My friend would be like, oh, dog, that might just start getting a finger in the song with about being in the bathtub. It was crazy.
There's only one asset that's safe, liquid, and has outperformed stocks 3-1. Rare coins. For insider access to coins with the greatest growth potential, there's
Now there's a version of the song that it's where they go, "Whoa." Really? Never been so good, everybody come on. You better take anything, cause I'll be so fine. Remember all day, that one thing you so good, baby. So good with me. You got to give me some loving. 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 Give it every day. Ooh, yeah. Why? Because sometimes they don't have that. It's like, oh, this version sucks. This is a good version. I can just tell by that fucking first piano. Oh. All right. Hello. Get it. Hey, devil with the blue dress, blue dress, blue dress, devil with the blue dress. Yeah, devil with the blue dress, blue dress, blue dress, blue dress. Beep, beep, five, five, bum. Look at mommy now. Here she comes. Wearing a red hat and head to match. Got a high heel shoes and an alligator hat. Wearing the world's and a diamond ring. Got ranges and a feathers and everything. Devil with the blue dress, the blue dress on. Devil with the blue dress on. Oh, have mercy. Devil with the blue dress on. Devil with the blue dress on. Hey, wearing the words of Chanel number 5. Got to be the finest girl alive. You got to feel cool, catches everybody's eye. You got to be nervous, they can't say hi. She's not too skinny, she's not too fat. She's a real humdinger, and I like it like that. Devil with the blue dress, blue dress on. Devil with the blue dress on. Yeah, right now. Devil with the blue dress, devil with the blue dress on. She like the ball. Don't you hear mama call? From the early morning to the early night. See me slowly rocking at the house of blue lights. Makes my she like the ball. I can hear mama call. Looking right at her, she comes. Wearing a wig hat and shades to match. Got a hot heel and a red hat. And the dog hat. Got me rich and had braces on the finger on everything. Devil with the blue dress on. With the blue dress. All right. So what are you doing now? Right there. I like this one. What's this? Which is this? You're gonna ban being too sexy. Alright. So Yosh, then what? I guess just close it. Yosh, where are you? Lady, if you don't shut the fuck up, I'm gonna beat my knee. Why? I don't want to walk. I probably would. Really, yeah. Fucking only the super most orthodox dudes don't listen to me. Are you done? Hey, dog. You should be. Oh, I remember I talking about like being Jewish and stuff, and it was like, oh, cool, dog. Really? Oh, yeah. She's like, oh, dog. Dude, I don't know about doing all that. Why? What's gonna say? What's gonna say? What? 5:14 to 48? No, dog. What number? I want number. It's yours. Really? Oh, dog, my man, Mikey, he was on like, dude, 003. He was on like 003, dog. Really? Oh, Mikey was like 003. Really? He was like, if you had like all the guys of the fucking James Bond, Mikey'd be like 003 right now. He's getting a 008. Really? Oh, for sure, dog. For sure.
The Honda Civic in a minute. Look, in a minute, by in a minute, I mean within the next 25 years, there's not going to be a gas station out here. But that's how hard. But my Honda won't be driving in 25 years. I promise you. That's awesome. For any reason, I hope it's not still on the road.
Yo, dog, my name is Yosh.
48.
The Yosh? No, dog. I'm not Yosh. Yosh is captain of the soccer team. Why? Because fucking losers. What? Cats. Alright, are you done? Hey, devil with the blue dress on. You're devil with the blue dress on. Lord, have mercy. Yo, dog, remember when it was like, oh, dude, 8544221 Oh, dog, that was so cool. I remember when it was like 841541. Dude, you need a password. Alright. ROTHSCHILD. So sexy.
Actually, I get more than 2,000. Yeah, and I can have it put down on my next car.
Oh, no, it says verify phone number.
So why would I spend 30,000 as opposed to getting the 2,000 from the car I have? What you're missing is what's really the point. That is you getting into EV. And I heard you say you want to be EV. Yeah, I'm just really excited about the whole idea. This is not an easier path to get to an EV. You see, and now you're seeing. Might as well just go on and just do it. Just laid out the plan. They're going to go on and trade in your car, take that down, and put it on the nice EV. Right. When I'm ready to do it, I don't have to do it now. I don't have to do it. My car runs time. It is time, but I'm not forced to get me another car payment. I don't feel like having a car payment. I like not having bills. I don't have any credit card debt. I don't have a car payment. I don't have any real.
Yo, not coming to London?
Clothes that I use. I don't have.
Oh, dog.
I don't have.
Yo, should be like, and then it was do or die time for Mike, our friend Mikey here. Why? Oh, he'd be like, dude, okay, well, firstly, he was so fucked anyway. But on top of that, it was like, he had to do this thing at Filter But Live. Why do you think he did that? No one knows. This sucks. Everything sucks. Is it working? Okay. Cool. Let's sign up. Have you ever heard of the Twitter? No. When did you first hear of Twitter? It's like one of the first ones. I remember I was at my friend Lucifer King's, and we're there with Rob and EO, and these guys on the Ultimate 50 team, and like they were talking about Twitter. I'm like, what are you talking about? This is on.
Rent had declined for a fifth straight month in big cities in California, including LA.
Why use that? Because that's what the Facebook update was. It was like, oh, I had everything that I needed. So people didn't want their Facebook associated with that. So it was like, anyway. Are you done? Oh, and then it was like, create an account. ViralRabbi 04. They're just ready for you. Really. Yoshibek. And then Mikey was like an athlete. He started using his fingers. He started putting
That's where the freeway gets really wide.
1948. Yo, dog. Then next, get more out of Twitter and shit. Oh no, they gotta give me all kinds of shit from because I'm like England. Different questions, different countries. Really? Yeah. Accept all cookies. Authenticate, dog. Hey, dog. Submit. One done. Two done. Why never do three? I only ever do one. Oh, you guys are anti-British. Nice. I like that's the only thing I like about Twitter. Watch it. It's like, oh, welcome. Here's your free money. 217402. No, I'm gonna get the thing of it. Oh, dude, people are poor as fuck here. It's just only fucking queen.
It's Super Bowl week, and there's no better way to
That
stay up
bitch,
to
she ain't
speed
my
than with
queen.
the Around the NFL
Really? Yeah,
podcast.
that
Join
bitch.
me, Dan
I just call her that
Evans, and my
bitch.
bud, Mark Zepler,
Stupid
Greg
cunt.
Rosenthal for the latest football
When's
news
that
with
bitch
just
gonna
a
drop
touch of
dead?
mirth.
That
We've got
bitch
the
needs to
number
drop
one
dead one of
football
these days.
podcast in the world, and
Fuck the
Rihanna
queen.
is playing the Apple Music halftime show. It doesn't get much
She
better
ain't
than
my
this.
queen.
Hang out with us live from Glendale, Arizona, all
Yo,
week
dog.
long. Listen to Around
Alright,
the
do
NFL on
whatever.
the iHeartRadio app
Shh.
or wherever
Yo, should be
you
like,
get
this
your
is very
podcasts.
important. Mikey, this is the most important part. Why? Because he's like, you got a scene here. Joe would be like, he had a scene. I'd be like, Joe, I had a scene. Really? Yeah. Okay, dog. Yo should be like, okay, Premier League. Oh, he'd be like, oh, you really like Premier League and America. Nice. We did it, guys. Really? Soccer sucks. Really? Yeah, but you're fine. I make it cool. Everything's bitch and shit. It sucks. I think it sucks. Okay. Yo, dog. Let's see, Mikey. 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 Help make Twitter more accessible. Oh, baby girl. I'm the man from the NBA. Which can't put on my way. And let's do what I want to say. What I got to say. Because I really need somebody. Oh, fuck.
This is Joe Cordell with
Tell
the
me I
law
love
firm Cordell
somebody.
& Cordell. Divorce can be complicated, especially if
What
children
is
are
it?
involved. If you're a father and want to protect your role in your children's lives, remember Cordell & Cordell. We've helped men with matters like these for 30 years, and we'd love to help you. Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's California attorneys. 1455
Yo, dog.
Suite 500, San Diego, California, 2108. Online at CordellCordell.com. That's CordellCordell.com.
Come on, Yosh, did it work?
I'm Michael Akiva, managing partner for Jacoby & Myers. It's not easy to be injured. You just been through a traumatic experience, and now you're forced to face the prospect of a long recovery period. You need confidence in your medical team, able to guide you through the process.
I like when that one went down funny and that one went down funny. Really? Oh, yeah. What? Just phenomenal. It was just one of the best things I've ever seen in my entire fucking life. Really? Oh, yeah. I'm like more on Twitter. Really? Yeah. Hey, you getting Aaliyah? You got an Aaliyah? South. Kid, yo, me in the East Coast filming, West Coast filming, dirty South. Yo, really filming, East Coast and West Coast filming, dirty South. Can you really feel me? East Coast filming, West Coast filming, dirty South. And you already filming, First Coast filming, East Coast filming. Hey boy, I've been watching you like a hawk in the sky. If I for you on my prey, Lord, I promise you, if we keep bumping heads, I know one of these days we gonna hook it up. Probably talk on the phone, but see, I don't know if that's good. I've been holding back the secret from you. I probably shouldn't tell it. Don't talk about nobody. Are you responsible? Boy, I gotta watch my back. So I know nobody. This is my go. This is your go. So every goody. But now I'm not tonight. Say yes or say no. Cause I really need somebody. Telling somebody. Boy, won't you pick me up at the park right now? The block while everyone sleeps. I'll be walking there for the chance with my locks, my hand, just living on the key. If you tell the world oh boy, see I'm trusting you with my heart, my soul. I really shouldn't let you. If I let this go, you can't tell nobody, don't talk about nobody. I'm responsible for everything about, you got to say about it. This is my goal. Is it your goal? Sometimes I'm goody goody. Right now I'm naughty naughty. Say yes or say no. It's how to live somebody. It's how to live somebody. Oh, girl. Oh, I'm the man from the big VA. It's NBA, baby. This bitch, what did I say? This girl. And the girl and the man. The sugar and the man. That's big girl and the man. Baby girl. But you know I Leo. Don't know. Gotta tell somebody. 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 You ain't this go. You can't tell nobody. I'm talking about nobody. Are you responsible? You say back up, you do your goal. Sometimes I'm not good, but now I'm not. You say yes, something no. But I'm really somebody. Somebody like somebody. This has to be how this goes. I got it.
Or social media, or you're on in the pause in a way that certain people cannot do. You can have an instant feedback where if I was to say, hey, hit me it's like you get immediate feedback, so you develop a
My code is your goal. Sometimes I'm good at it. Right now I'm not naughty.
If I respond because I believe in community.
Because I'm really with somebody. Tell me how to somebody.
I expect you to respond. But I tell people like, no, I'm just like anyone else. If someone wants to talk to you about, we can talk about it. But just because someone says something positive or negative, it's still worthy of addressing. If you come to my Instagram and say, hey, Lo, I really didn't like that you said something, okay,
So who gets the bag? Fucking little rich guy. As he should. He's huge. Talk about a showstopper. Somebody needs a fucking movie. It's Little fucking Richard. And they need to play the Little Richard fucking estate, dog. If you want to call, from the service to the morning, service to the night, service to the night, and the house of the light. All the mileage out there. But I got a bunch of them. I want a bunch of those. Yeah, are you done? Are you done? Just relax it, you how was that? I know it was a party going on. He wasn't
fucking around and the kids come out to us. So what did you need when you did? And you're like, I don't know where. Dinner. You're like, are we still on that? I thought we were done. Yeah.
How's this one going? It's cute. I remember my first beer. Do you? I got a taste from my grandparents. Fuck you. Almost every night. When that moon is big and bright, it's a supernatural delight. Everybody was dancing in the moonlight. You like it? We get it almost every night. When that moon gets big and bright, it's a supernatural delight. Everybody was dancing in the moonlight. May I please get a shout out? You're so sweet. Is it this? We get it almost every night. When that moon gets big and bright, it's a supernatural delight. Everybody was dancing in the moonlight. Hey, 004. 003 has been killed. He's suspended. He's behind enemy lines. Really? Oh, yeah. 004, 003 is officially fucked. Almost every night. When that moon gets big and bright, it's a supernatural delight. Everybody was dancing in the moonlight. My friend Yoshi would be like, dog. Mikey was out thinking fucking really smart people. People putting together electric cars and shit, man. Putting shit in space. And my boy Mikey, Yoshi would be like, my boy Mikey. We get it almost every night. And when that moon gets big and bright, it's a supernatural delight. Everybody. Yoshi would be like, watch this. Come here. Check this out. Watch this. Do you mind a Twitter? Mikey would be like, fuck you. No. Pay me, bitch. Really? Dude, Mikey would be all over this. Really? And then you have this thing and it'd be like, authenticate. Okay. Fingers in the puss. Almost every night. When that moon gets big and bright, it's a supernatural delight. I feel like I'm having to figure out a fucking elephant. Like, it's like, fucking, oh, okay. Another deplorable example of the Jewish community being targeted for who they are when they believe. Because there's no doubt anti-Semitism is real. Yeah, welcome to live stream. Oh, why everyone hates me? My funny thing is this: what's the definition of anti-Semitism? Anyone who doesn't like me. In the moonlight. You should be like, oh, dog. Mikey was over here, and he'd be like, oh, dog. Mikey, no profile picture needed. So, like, describe yourself. Medium to low cut hair. What do I want to say? Medium hair? Medium to short hair? I don't know. I have long as fuck hair, dog. Alright. I'm a tall build. I'm a slim motherfucker. Really? Dad bod. There should just be a thick dad bod. Really? Oh my Christ, hurry the fuck up. Yoshi, we get it almost every night. Yoshi, here we go. Here we go. Yoshi will be like, oh, and then Mikey hits this button, and then he can go back to singing. Fuck you in Chinese. Fuck you in Chinese. Fuck you in Chinese. Who are you? Fucking Stevie Wonder over here? Really? Yeah. Why? What does he say? No, not yet. What does he say? I just called to say I love you. I just called to say how much I care. I just called to say I love you. No New Year's Day to celebrate. No wedding Saturday within the month of May. No, fuck it, January. And when, no, no New Year's Day to celebrate. No chocolate covered candy hearts to give away. No,
Saturday with a slight chance of showers late Saturday and early Sunday. Will be partly cloudy by Super Bowl time with highs.
no April rain. No summer's bloom. That's when he says that in the Cosby Show. No wedding set. Then she gets it within the month of June. But what it is, that's what he does. But what it is, is something. Remember these 3 words that I must sing to you. I just come to say I love it. Okay, but that's not this song. You know that. Fuck you, I'm sorry. This bitch can get it. Queen guy. Why she taught me a cuss word? She's valuable. Cuny day. Cuny day. Cuny day. Fuck you. But see, fuck you is a lot easier than cuny day. That's a bunch of shit. Fuck you. Gets it really simply. Got him back in my arms again. So satisfied. To ease my mind, I need to find someone to calm my mind. I say you can't hurry love. Oh, we just have to wait. She said love don't come easy. It's a game of give and take. I'll hurry love. Oh, we just have to wait. It's the right time, day to be. It's a word you love now. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Right time. Right time. My boy Mikey is this guy. This guy has. You should be like, oh my god, oh my god, oh. I bet you should explain in terms of wealth where we stand. Well, you should be like, well, this is sea level, and Elon Musk is like, oh, this is like on Mount Everest. And my man Mikey is so far under the water. He's like a Mariana's Trench. And this motherfucker, if this thing works, he's gonna go.
Well, I do think go up in arms after kind of seeing this proposal that Netflix is going to tamp down on password sharing, and this is the same company that tweeted out years ago that what love is sharing your password.
Those fucking boars or whatever. I like how you had the nuclear thing with the baby love. I always think he's saying shotgun.
Now, yes, it may be illegal, air quote, to share your password, but the implementation of these proposed rules is problematic at best. Well, they're going to frustrate some of their current customers who, let's say, based on what we're seeing about how this is likely to play out, you go on vacation for 2 years, and Netflix says, wait, you're on a different, you're using a different Wi-Fi, and so you only have access to your account for 7 days out of 14 days that you're gone. And so they're liable for really start to upset customers. Still, there's just more competition in the streaming space than ever before. And so now you're saying, okay, Netflix, I don't use it in the way that I used to. This is the only game in town. And now there's just some great rivals to Netflix. And people are just becoming less loyal altogether. And it seems like if Netflix is becoming less loyal to me as a customer, then why am I going to stay loyal to Netflix? I'm just going to subscribe whenever I feel like it. The show I want to watch and just kind of keep that going. Now, instead of paying them ad nauseum every single month. It's part of the rule for streaming, at least for me, and I think more broadly for people, is streaming is supposed to be my life.
How am I gonna get stopped? How's this gonna? Don't worry, like I saw a scene, dog.
So when he goes away to school, then what? Are you saying that you really don't want my money at this point? Because again, that's not fit my lifestyle. Now, let's talk about the financial and economic stuff. I get that Netflix can only grow its subscriber base and ads to it generally to make more money. And a way of growing that subscriber base is getting the people who might have been sharing in the
This is hilarious.
But who's running the numbers on this? Do you actually think if I'm sharing an account with my son, that he's going to pay another $60 on his own? Hell no. No. Well, when you think about it, I think part of it is Netflix. They thought that it was that the numbers always went up and to the right, and so they funded incredibly expensive films like The Irishman, right? They spent hundreds of millions of dollars on some of the initiatives that they were drumming up, and now they're having to say, wait a second, we might not be able to make content.
Whoa, something happened there. Yo, she got suspended.
There's a way that we can boost more
or
money
something.
out of the people who are
No,
let's try that. But I think there's going to be people that revolt is going to be enough people
Yo.
that
What is it saying? What does it say? Fuck you. That's what I would say.
And I think a lot of people are just going to like walk away and go elsewhere if it's too punitive in how they assess, these streaming charges. In my introduction, I made mention of another story in which people was I guess, happy that it exceeded Q4 expectations. And I want to frame my question this way. Is this an inevitability part of the problem, where you have companies who are going to shareholders who always show
There doesn't seem to be any one of them. Okay, you should be like 004 behind enemy lines. Get 004, get 005. 005's got to be in this bitch now. Really? Oh, for sure, dog. How aren't you going to have 005 in this? Really? You should be like, dude, you made 1,000 TikTok accounts, but you're not going to make 1,000 Twitter accounts? Oh, my God. We're done.
People have been saying, how can you break those
No. It doesn't seem to be anyone around. I think we're alone. Look at this. Look at this. Oh my God. He'd be like, oh, dog, Mikey, you are so fucking funny. They'd be like, you are so fucking funny. I'm thinking like really fucking smart people here. Really? Authenticate. Fingers in the puss. Oh man, I think about finger in the fucking. This is my favorite one. Elephants. Elephant butt. This one's the best. Oh, these are easy. From in terms of the ones that I've seen, oh dog, some of them are so fucking hard. Which one is fire? Hydrant. Pick the fire hydrant. It's like, damn, it's between her legs, dog. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Alright, are you done, dog? Really? Yeah, I always get that one wrong. I always pick the women. They're always on the street. I always pick bitches like between the legs. Really? Oh my god. I remember when this one went down. That was tight. 6 hours later. I'll take that. It just sucks when it's like 22 minutes. I think we're alone now. I think we're alone now. Yo, dog. Yes, you make. We can skip all this. Yep. Why? You want to be that? That one? Sure. Sure, man. Whatever, man. Whatever, man. Whatever, man.
An elderly man and woman and a cat have been killed in a house fire in Augusta. Those are the call from the 22 this morning with the call
Doesn't seem to be anyone around. Yoshi, remember this one? Remember this one? Do this one. Yoshi, follow all these people. Yoshi, do the thing. Cool, dog. Hey.
There's an explosion 40 to 50, 75 to 70 to low 80s tomorrow.
Did it work out? Yoshi. Yo, dog. Okay, so then do this one. This is tight. I never consolidate like Kelly saw that because she's very good looking kid chick, but she's a good looking girl when I was a kid, is what I meant to say. But yeah, she's pretty though. Really? Yeah, I don't think about it that much. I'm gonna kind of chicks, dog. All right, are you done? Oh no, not that one. That one sucks. Okay, so you go to Instagram and you go.
Are you a business owner, CEO, or responsible for marketing? If you are, iHeartMedia can help you reach your goals and find new customers. We reach more customers in those target areas than anyone else. And we can give you access to those potential customers more
all right, yo, dog. My friend would be like, I go, real? Is it called a reel? Real. Chill. Gosh. Yoshi, make them. Oh yeah, get your aura. I like the aura one. Oh baby, and then what? Oh baby girl. No, okay, what is this thing? I wanted, yeah, this one.
Cam is supposed to be on campus, and
Yo,
she's not
dog.
here. And people are starting to get worried.
This is cool. Sure.
I've been a small business person my entire adult life, and over the years, several HR issues I got negative. I could never afford an HR. But there's an answer, Bambi.com. And with Bambi, you get an HR person starting at just $99 per month. I thought this was too big
I want you.
This is real. Bambi helps you deal with your HR problems by writing HR policies, sexual harassment claims, also work environment,
through my soul. Take your time. Don't you just let me go. I really like to know.
With the awards, it gave fun and Valentine's Day.
He was a very, very grand about Chicago way. He had a very hard time when I could play. He was a good player. He's great. And he was up on the track. He's in the army now. Yeah, Brittany, you can get it, girl. Nice compliment she's gonna get. Alright, are you done? What's this bitch doing? That was bullshit. I feel lied. Dude, lied. Yo, dog. My friend Yosh, he'd be like, oh, dog. Do-do-do. Do-do-do. Is it called The Real? Do they have 7th Flow Crew?
It's like, okay, at my age, stories are live everywhere. On the iHeartRadio app, I enjoy those conversations with Joel.
No.
We just kind of see the world the same way. We have the same cynical sense of humor. I really encourage you to check out Joel Larsberg on Sundays as he gives his tips and financial advice. And also, we like to talk about social media. We were talking about it earlier in the show.
I don't have any good
Social media,
Fuck this
and I
shit.
think people misunderstand when I talk about Elon Musk. I said a couple of days ago, like, I'm not
All I
paying
do is
for
talk
Twitter.
about this
It's just not.
motherfucker.
And it's inclusive of Elon Musk, but it's not.
Dude, stop that. You gotta get the first part.
I don't believe in paying for
Dude, how you, these people suck. How aren't you gonna get this?
If I'm not purchasing an ad, promoting something I'm doing, or if I'm not doing something like a Twitter T-shirt or something like that.
Oh yeah, baby. Like a fool, I wouldn't say too long. Now I'm back and if your love's still strong. Ooh, baby. Here I am. Signed, sealed, delivered. I'm yours. And the time I went and said goodbye.
In the United States will pay for a monthly Twitter Blue subscription by the middle of last month. That's only the United States. But I would say it's a window into how Twitter is responding or not responding to the idea of Twitter Blue. But those 180,000 Twitter Blue subscribers only make up 0.2% of Twitter's monthly active users. Now, to give you some background and context, Twitter Blue is how you can sign up. You get your check mark.
Did it do it?
You don't already have one, I think. You don't already have one, and then you have the option, or I guess the additional value. You'll see fewer ads, and as it's laid out, you will appear higher in people's searches and also feeds. So you'll be more prominently featured, more likely to get other followers. That's what you get for Twitter Blue. And depending on how you signed up is how much it costs. You know, it's $8 per month.
It's summer, you're toxic, poison paradise. I'm addicted to you, cause you know that the poison. So you're love what you do, cause I know that you're toxic. You're not poisonous, you are toxic. I can't wait to give it up. Okay. Oh, damn, you got it. Yo, dog, remember when it was posted? Oh my god, look at all those things. I'm afraid of that. This guy's crazy. Yo, Jay's prehistoric pets. You can fucking have that. Those things shit down your arm and stuff. Oh, it's disgusting. Snake shit?
So he needs money from somewhere, and at this point, Twitter Blue is not providing that revenue stream. That goes back to what I was saying earlier in this segment and also days ago. I'm not buying Twitter. I'm paying for the use of Twitter. If they take my check mark away, okay, I'm fine with that. If it means
your account is like Yoshi.
And I don't have the Twitter edit button, which is also one of the other features they promised if you sign for Twitter Blue. Okay, I'm fine with that. I've used Twitter for about 13 years now without an edit button. I'm kind of used to it. I can't miss something that I've never had. Social media is just not something I want to pay for. If anything, I want social media to make money for me in terms of passive income, or somehow it brings people to me. I don't see how that's going to be attractive to the multitude of Twitter users. Now, like I said, they have about 180,000 people within the United States who signed up for Twitter Blue.
Look, it looks like those fucking Mickey Mouse things. Does it? Oh, I thought it did.
So by and large, and this idea has been out there for Twitter Blue for quite some time, since basically the very beginning of Elon Musk's tenure as the owner of Twitter, it's not active on. It's not. And I
That blew this motherfucker
if
up.
Priced too high. I don't know if he made it $3, whether it be more attractive.
005, dog. 005 is behind enemy lines.
I've just never been of the opinion that you can monetize social media through subscriptions, be it Twitter, be it Facebook, be it Truth Social. The only way you can really do that is OnlyFans, and that's those who are paying individual subscriptions for content that they want to see. They're opting into this person or that person, not the use of OnlyFans. There are people on OnlyFans. Don't ask me why I know this or how I know this. Just take my word for it. There are people on OnlyFans who have free subscriptions. I see you looking at me like that, Swallow. That's an insinuation. It's unnecessary, and it's just uncalled for. Whatever you're saying, but you can have free subscriptions on OnlyFans, or you can pay $15 a month or $20 a month for 6 people, but that is your business, and you're opting in, but you're not supporting the whole platform. Do you think that in the way no one, I think what even knows what MySpace is, do you think that all Elon is doing is opening up the way for yet another Twitter-like platform to rise and say we're much better and we don't have any of the stank on them? Well, part of it is if you look at the history of social media platforms, each successive one did something better than the one before. Part of the reason that Facebook is still around and still is so influential is because it's the one-stop shop where you have photos, you have interaction with friends, you can do more things on Facebook than you can on Twitter. You can have more sophisticated conversations. You can post more, longer posts. You can post more pictures. You can do longer videos. You can do more with Facebook than you can with Twitter. Instagram, that's also very limited. You can post photos, but you're not really having the types of conversations or interactions that you can have on Twitter. Do different things. They offer different things. And Facebook does pretty good or does pretty well at everything, which has allowed it to hang around for the longest amount amount of time as real staying power. But to your point, yeah, there will be a better Twitter, but Twitter did not become Twitter overnight. Twitter slowly became Twitter, and here's what made Twitter so important. When you had mass news media using that as like a standard as far as when they did news reports, they were taking people.
I remember telling my friend, dude, this fucking Twitter thing, people are gonna lose their jobs over it. No way. It's like, okay, it's on the news and stuff. No way.
They would broadcast that over the
Share
air
your story.
as a way that you could reach out to people, reach out to reporters. That fundamentally changed the importance of Twitter, and I would say the credibility and reliability of Twitter. No other social media site has ever had that. Not even Facebook. It's not like you can turn on Fox News and they'll put in the chyron, here's my Facebook address, or here's my Truth Social address. No, they don't do that. They will with Twitter. With every show, they'll shout out the person's Twitter address. It's just probably because these are, no, that's because the founders of Instagram, they're around getting back into the news because they're launching a new AI app. And I'm wondering if, like, with them looking and saying, like, you see Facebook, you see Twitter, you see Instagram, we're coming back with something bigger and better, and it's going to have an AI component, which is going to, you don't know. If no social media platform has been predicted. What Instagram is doing right now, Vine was doing prior to Instagram, just on a smaller level, not as successful. There was Snapchat, which was doing basically what Instagram is doing now, but people kind of choose on their own. It's not who's marketed more. People chose Instagram, then Facebook purchased Instagram. So, who's to know what the next platform is going to be? And Instagram rose separate and distinct from Twitter. It really didn't have anything to do with Twitter. Remember when Twitter had Periscope, that live streaming app, it just never caught on, even though Twitter itself was doing well. In other words, the people decide. The company never gets to decide. The people decided, hey, Periscope is trash. They closed it down. People rather wanted Instagram and the whole idea of Instagram Live. They didn't gravitate towards Snapchat. Snapchat had maybe 5-10 minutes in the sun, but people didn't gravitate towards it. So a lot of this, nobody can control. People as an aggregate will decide what the next social media platform is going to be. Financially, to tie all this together, how much longer Twitter has before it might have to file bankruptcy. Because at this point, either Elon Musk is going to find some other investors to help it along, or he's going to have to get millions more subscribers. Either or. But if he gets neither, then Twitter's just going to end up in bankruptcy. Plain and simple. It's a numbers game. This lady with Mo Kelly, KFI Instant Sport in your life everywhere on the iHeartRadio app now. For the KFI 24-hour news from the Navy King.
Disney CEO Bob Iger says the company is laying off 7,000 employees. That's about 3% of its global workforce. The news comes. Disney reported an 8% jump in revenue during the first quarter of the year. Iger says the work being done to reshape the company around creativity while cutting costs will lead to sustained growth and profitability. Huntington Beach has banned the LGBTQ pride flag from flying at City Hall.
We all deserve freedom to vote. Even the VA flies the pride flag.
City speaker said the decision unnecessarily sends the wrong message to millions of tourists, which the city depends on.
Isn't it worth it to tell these people that Huntington Beach sees you?
These people.
Councilman Pat Burns says only the American, state, city, county, and armed forces flag should be flown.
It's not about getting rid of the pride flag.
He said during the 4-3 vote last night, government flags should represent everybody.
I have a nephew,
You're 4K, baby.
and I love him dearly, but we in my family don't recognize them as any different.
In Huntington Beach, Corbin Carson, KFI News.
One person has been killed and others been hurt in a car-to-car shooting in South LA. LAPD says 2 people stole a Mustang from a tow yard this morning. It said the tow truck driver followed the car and shot at the people inside.
You already did that song.
The Mustang crashed near Avalon and 73rd. One person died at the scene. The other was taken to a hospital. Officials in northern Mexico have found 14 bodies in an overturned pickup truck that was submerged in a canal. Civil Defense Office in the northern border state of Nuevo Leon says they found 5 IDs from Guatemala on the bodies. Not clear how the truck ended up in the canal. The bodies found yesterday with 10 men, 3 women, and 1 child. NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg is in Washington, D.C., meeting with Secretary of State Anthony Blinken and Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin. Stoltenberg says he doesn't see any sign that Russia is getting ready for peace in Ukraine, but instead, Moscow is preparing for a new military offensive.
So we lost
I've been building my castle of love.
territory and today as a sovereign independent nation.
The storm
Stoltenberg says since Russia invaded Ukraine almost a year ago, NATO has provided Ukraine with $120 billion in military humanitarian. The Church of England is talking about whether to use gender-neutral language when referring to God instead of using certain masculine pronouns like he or our
my
Father.
castle
The
of
Church says
love.
that that God was neither male nor female. And the
Yo,
Church
dog,
says
my friend Yosh
part of a broader push
would be
to
like,
adapt
oh,
to
this
modern
thing isn't
language.
charging or something?
Southland weather from KFI, clear with lows in the 20s and 30s in the Antelope Valley, 40s to low 50s pretty much everywhere else. Sunny with highs in the upper 70s to low 80s tomorrow, 50s and 60s in the Antelope Valley. It'll cool back
I'm
down
all
into the
content,
60s and
baby.
70s for Friday, then 60s for Saturday and Sunday, with a chance of rain late Saturday, Sunday, with a chance of rain late Saturday and Sunday morning. It's 58 in Anaheim, 62 Laguna Beach, low and mid-city on the 10s. The eastbound side road is not conforming in stretches. It's looking a lot better, but still a little crowded off at La Cienega heading towards La Brea. And ahead at Vermont as you roll towards the West Point Freeway. Now you're slowing down in Commerce on the 710 northbound from Gandini as you roll towards the 5 and some slow traffic out of Hollywood, South 101, away from Melrose, looking a lot better by Alvarado. KFI in the sky helps get you there faster. I'm Angel Martinez. Okay, guys, Valentine's Day is coming up, and I'm going to tell you how to give the best gift ever. Flowers are great, but giving an experience is even better. So check out Rosetta Stone, a subscription to their language learning app is perfect if your partner loves to travel or wants to connect better with a family member, or if you're looking for something the two of you can do together. Right now, get $120 off lifetime unlimited languages. You'll have access to all 25 of Rosetta Stone's languages for life at rosettastone.com.
Hey y'all, it's Gene Sharp. Let me tell you the unfiltered truth about water
What
softeners.
is it?
They don't filter anything. They
I
add
want this
filters,
house tonight.
old-fashioned, costly, maintenance-heavy, but hey, there's a better solution. A light source salt-free water system. Filtered and delicious water from every tap, no maintenance, and perfect for areas spanning softeners. Light source does more than a softener and better. Get yours by calling 800-803-2696 or visit lightsourcewater.com. Light source, taste and feel the difference.
Could you use some extra help meeting basic needs, like putting food on the table or paying the rent, keeping your home warm and the lights on, buying new shoes for growing feet, or help with medical needs? Find out about the Supplemental Security Income Program, SSI, administered by Social Security. It's money you can use to help pay for basic needs,
I heard it, dog.
clothing, shelter, or medical needs. You could receive monthly SSI payments if your income and financial resources are low and you're 65 or older, or an adult or child with a disability, or is blind. Call 1-800-717-1213 or go to ssa.gov/SSI to learn more about SSI and start the application process today. That's ssa.gov/SSI. This message produced by Social Security and U.S. Taxpayers Track.
I'm Mark Hope, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I told you about how your nose is the body's air filter.
Yeah,
This
you
device and how it's structured will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs.
I have.
And that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Josh, quote, after walking around my whole life being a mouth breather, I was excited to try
Mouth
Navage.
breather.
I read the directions carefully, pressed the button, and oh my gosh, what a sensation. So much mucus, so much crud, but oh sweet, merciful air, I can finally breathe you through my nose. Never have I ever taken such an amazing
Never,
breath
that's
in my
good.
life. This is a life changer,
Hey,
unquote. He's one of over 100,000 online reviews praising the
Yosh.
all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and
Yoshi.
stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
Yoshi.
If you've been involved in a motorcycle accident, Call 844-24 Jacob.
Yoshi.
Let's be honest, staycations suck. And if high gas prices have you sitting at home like a loser, it's time you were a winner. KFI wants to give you a cash refill with $1,000 every weekday hour from 6 a.m. through 7 p.m. Just looking for the keyword, then enter it at KFIAM640.com/cash. No texting, just winning. Listen to win $1,000 every hour weekdays from 6 a.m. through 7 p.m. Claim your cash refill on KFI AM 640 for stimulating talk. We're live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Some stories that we are following in the KFI 24-hour newsroom. Super Bloom visitors, you better stay away or you'll face citations in Lake Elsinore. More than 15,000, unfortunately, have been confirmed dead due to the massive 7.8 earthquake in Turkey. And this. And I have a question for everyone.
Look at these, Mikey. Look at this, Mikey.
Stephen, if you had the opportunity to either live
Yank.
500 years or put into like a cryo-sleep stasis, technology exists to repair your brain or freeze you, because let's say you died from a disease of which we don't have a cure for in the 21st century, but maybe by the 25th century, they'll have something. Would you consider, which would you rather? Would you rather just live for 500 years or be put in cryostasis or frozen and then just await when they have a cure for whatever you died of? I think we'll do cryostasis. Interesting. Amy King?
I know it lived for 500 years, but if you did cryostasis, you might get to have like freezer burns.
Well, you definitely don't have freezer burn. Hopefully, you just have a cure for it at that time. Angel Martinez, do you have a preference?
I'll take 500 now.
Okay. Like a game show. Well, I'm also going to go for 500. That's on the board. All right.
Although, if you did the cryostasis, maybe on the scrapple going through now, we'd be half.
Well, the world is ended.
Oh, yes.
Or the world is ended, and then you don't, then the cryostasis is the point.
It's interesting. I was listening to your answers, and it didn't change my answer. And there's a reason I'm talking about this, but I want to set it up this way. I would not want to have my body frozen in the hopes that maybe 500 years later they can make it walk. 500 years, and I hate to be more, this is the truth about the discussion. Everyone I would love would have gone 400 years prior to. So it's not the same world with that. I'm not so sure I have the same zest for life at that point and what new experiences I would be having. I don't know what that means. And I remember having a conversation with my mother's mother, maybe 4 or 5 years before she passed. And she told me something that was very profound. I remember to this day. He said, well, you can do one of two things as you get older. You can go to everyone's funeral or everyone can go to your funeral, but it won't be both. And so the concept of life changes as you get older and you lose more and more people along the way. And also, I don't know if 500 years is going to be cracked up to what it's, given your comments, Amy King, I don't know what this place is going to look like in 500 years.
We don't know what it's going to look like in 5 years.
Right. Just from the cryostasis portion of it, people go to jail for 10 years and they're completely lost in the world. I don't know what 500 years will be like, assuming it's even successful. I don't know if I want to see that, especially as a person of faith. I believe that there's something more than this world. But the reason I'm talking about this, German doctors are attempting to reverse death and resurrect humans. And this is in Popular Mechanics. I think there's a joke in there that this story is in Popular Mechanics, but we won't go there. The waiting list for this stage, there's this company called Tomorrow Biostasis. It's a cryopreservation startup based in Germany. And the company already has about 10 bodies preserved in its lab. Now, the goal is, or as they say, is as soon as somebody dies, Tomorrow Biostasis immediately responds to the person's body and or brain in a state of stasis. Then, once future advances materialize, the company will treat and reverse the person's original cause of death and bring them back from the dead to enjoy a life extension. How we know that the company's going to stay in business past tomorrow, I don't know. What happens if they default on the contract? Who's going to be around to sue them? I don't they putting this in like an amber solution? I don't know, like the mosquito.
No, it's like Demolition Man.
Yes, it is. I would say the science, I believe, was much more reliable and solid in
I'm
Demolition
Demolition Man,
than
baby.
2023.
Maybe they'll treat it in carbonite.
Oh, now your nerd is coming out. All I'm saying is, whether it be Carbonite or Demolition Man, those ideas started somewhere. Right now, they're starting out with mechanics magazine. Yeah, the idea may be starting somewhere, but I'm not sure the science has perfected itself on any level. And according to the article, many of the people just want their brain preserved, thinking their future selves may prefer a new 3D printed body, or maybe not even a body at all. And this is not a new idea. I remember Ted Williams, the famous baseball player, baseball Hall of Famer. His son actually had him put in cryostasis, and I think they lost his head or something like that. The company went out of business. You can look it up. I'm being serious. It's a real story because I was covering it when I was working for Jim Rohn. It was a sad story. The family members were trying to sue each other over the rights to Ted Williams' body. I don't even know how it turned out. But the point is, yes, people have wanted to live forever or live beyond their era since the beginning of time. And I'm not so sure I want to be one of them, if only because I don't want to be the guy who's like living out of a radio where, my consciousness is in a box somewhere, but I don't have a body to actually interact with the world. I don't want that.
Okay, so speaking of TV shows, that's like from an old episode of Star Trek. Remember there was those brains sitting in a room?
Yes, there are examples of all that throughout science fiction and TV and comics. My concept of life includes limbs and physical, tactile, touch and interaction, not just consciousness. 3D printed body. That's possible, but we haven't quite figured out how to.
They look like the Lego Man.
I love it. Well, I feel like Westworld.
Westworld, do you think?
Yeah, that's Westworld.
Right. Will probably look more like with these synthetic bodies, more like iRobot. Well, not only that, if you really know your nerd stuff, there's a part in Justice League where they're trying to rejuvenate Superman. And Flash, Ezra Miller, as a matter of fact, says he's worried about the whole pet cemetery effect. Just because they bring you back doesn't mean you come back the same way. Doesn't mean you come back the same person. Doesn't mean that you come back with all your marbles. Doesn't mean that you don't come back with something from hell. I mean, that is true in the case of
Richest fan of that's going to be the world's largest egg drop. Really? Yeah, a great dumbo drop. Yeah, thing. Really, oh, for sure.
I think we'll all be good. We'll all be synthetic people. Yeah, I think I'll just go ahead and pass. It's something else I'm going to pass on when we come back. Remember the movie Splash? Daryl
Seems like that was wrong.
Loved it. Imagine Daryl Hannah as a dude, something like that. Or a Mertu. We'll explain. But they're rebooting Splash. KFI 8640 will live everywhere. The iHeartRadio app now, and you can. KFI 24 hours.
Why?
SoCal Edison has requested the California Public Utilities Commission approve a 4.4% rate hike. Edison's higher natural gas prices are impacting its ability to deliver power because it relies on 12 gas-fired plants to generate electricity. A woman has suffered only minor injuries after her SUV plunged 2 stories in a hospital parking structure in Orange. Police say the woman hit the gas instead of the brake and fell from the 5th to the 3rd floor of the Children's Health Association parking garage this morning. With just days left until Valentine's Day, the LA County Registrar's Office is getting ready for a very busy day. Same-day marriage licenses and weddings will be offered from 8:30 to 4:30 on Tuesday, Valentine's Day, at the county clerk's headquarters in Norwalk. More than 150 ceremonies were performed there on Valentine's Day 2020. Clear tonight, sunny and warm, highs in the 70s to low 80s, cooling into the 60s and 70s for Friday. We've got some slowing in Hollywood on the 101. Southbound side with a crowded drive away from Melrose, heading into downtown Los Angeles. Also seeing some slow traffic as you roll along that. Looks like it is the 50 westbound approaching Gabriel Boulevard, getting out of the area. There's a crash, and it's pushing the drive back away from Rosemead Boulevard. Eastbound's doing all right without any big problems getting through. Southbound, leaving La Cienega, looking better past La Brea, down to the 55 southbound
The Crohn's and Colitis Foundation. The Crohn's and Colitis Foundation
I can't
has
access
been at
my
the forefront of
DMs.
inflammatory bowel disease research
What's up?
and care for over 50 years. Learn more
This
about
is John
research,
Cusack.
education, and support at Crohn'sColitisFoundation.org. Nothing like winter weather to make us hibernate with a warm spring. Here's a big item to cross off your to-do list while snuggled up on the couch. Take care of that old car you've been meaning to deal with. Donate it to Cars for Kids, the top car donation charity in the U.S. Call 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS or go to carsforkids.org. You'll have that car scheduled for pickup before your mud cools down. You'll get a tax-deductible receipt and a voucher for a 3-day hotel stay. 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS or carsforkids.org. That's Cars with a K.
No.
Live from Radio Row, it's Super Bowl week, and there's no better way to stay up to speed than with the Around the NFL podcast. Join me, Dan Hansis, and my buds, Mark Sessler and Greg Rosenthal, for the latest football news with just a touch of mirth. We've got the #1 football podcast in the world, and Rihanna is playing the Apple Music halftime show. It doesn't get much better than that, guys. Hang out with us live in Glendale, Arizona, all week long. Listen to Around Radio
Are you done?
or wherever you get your podcast. Want to sell your valuable coins, high-end jewelry, collectibles, or fine art for more? Or wherever you get your podcast. Want to sell your valuable coins, high-end jewelry, collectibles, or fine art for more? Here's someone who will tell you why you should call Tangible Investments.
Hi, my name is Allie Eastburn, and I'm the founder of With This Ring.
With this is Allie's charity.
About 11 years ago, I realized that the ring on my finger could literally save an entire village
Oh,
in
tight.
Africa. So I donated that ring, and now we have rings coming in to our organization from women and men all over the world.
So who buys Allie's donated ring?
Tangible Investments. Our ring donors send their rings directly to Tangible Investments, and they give us more money for those rings than anyone else ever has.
With Still's help, Allie is changing the world.
It helps us do what we do best, which is drilling clean water wells in Liberia, Africa.
Tangible Investments owner Sylvie Genova has become America's top dealer in coins, precious metals, jewelry, and fine art. Still guarantees you'll get more.
Thanks so much, Still and Tangible Investments, for all you've done for us.
Call now for a no-obligation free professional appraisal. 800-711-2800. 800-711-2800. 800-711-2800. It's been tough talking to my doctor about constipation with belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. I finally laid all my symptoms out there and how they keep coming back. She said I may have irritable bowel syndrome.
I've been taking like 8 to 10 pound shits every fucking 2 hours. I don't know what it is. Jesus, goodness, our children. I know. I don't know what it is. What the fuck? I'm not thinking of a doctor. Who would I go to for that? Fucking Elvis. Really, poop eater.
The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, call your doctor right away.
Dog, oh, fuck. Are you fucking me?
There could be more to your story with IBS-C. Visit a doctor in person or online. Say yes to LinzS. Learn more at LinzS.com.
Scale 1 to 10 at 100. But that's not on the scale. Whatever your fucking scale is 10 times worse than 10 on it.
What's happening around the world? LA County, San Bernardino County, Orange County.
Really? Yeah, so like if your scale is like the Bristol's little scale, our scale is 7, then this bitch should be a 70 at least. Oh man.
640 live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. I don't know about you, but I've been checking out the Hollywood Bowl season. They just announced it today for the 2023 season, and on it is Janet Jackson, Culture Club, and more. Who knows? Maybe we might get somebody from the Hollywood Bowl here. Maybe we might know some folks. Also, Huntington Beach measure within raising of the LGBTQ pride flag at City Hall. That's going to be an ongoing debate and story. And of course, we're following still the events in Turkey regarding that huge earthquake in which at this point more than 15,000 people have been confirmed dead. And I teased you before the break about the movie Splash. You may remember it, the original. Well, maybe people don't remember. The Ron Howard 1985 hit had Tom Hanks, Daryl Hannah. Tom Hanks falls in love with Daryl Hannah, who is actually a mermaid,
What
but
the
it's the
fuck?
same mermaid who saved him from drowning as a child. Now, it seems that, once again, Hollywood does not know how to do anything new, so they recycle old ideas. But Disney, I think this is a Disney movie. They're going to redo Splash, but they're going to switch it, and it's going to be Channing Tatum as the mermaid, and
Okay.
and Judy. He's like, okay, I'm in. Yeah, and I don't know if he'd be wearing like seashells to bra. But
I'm the mermaid. I'm the mermaid. I'm gonna fuck you in the mouth.
I know, but I'm
She said long hair.
yeah. And Julian Bell as the woman who falls for him.
I'm Aquaman, baby.
So, he's also trying to do Ghost.
I'm a mermaid.
He's making he's one of 21 Jump Street, so he's just all over the remakes. Yeah, it is the thing. Now for me, I don't know if it's explicit. Now, some people are going to hate it, like, why are you going to change the characters? Well, this is going to be more campy. I think it's going to be more funny than anything. The whole idea of a merman, they're flipping everything on its head. So I don't know how serious it's supposed to be.
Well, it is a Disney project.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Okay. So hopefully it's going to be a nice, lighthearted, fun, rom-comic kind of show.
Yeah, I think it's probably got to be that. But I mean, I'm not averse to it. I don't know if Splash is a cult classic. I wouldn't call it a classic, but I know many people are fond of it. Yeah, but this doesn't bother me. And I think very fondly of the original.
Hey, 007, you're fucked.
Remakes though that is not in the super cult classic
Are you done?
realm where
I know you can be like,
an update.
but are you done?
It's not going to fit anyone. This isn't cult classic. It's like you can't touch it. This isn't like Channing Tatum is redoing Goonies. No, he's redoing Splash. It's like, oh, okay, I can see that. And it's going to be a completely different take, obviously, a completely different story. You can't tell the same story the way they're doing the characters.
Well, except like they just did Overboard again a few years ago.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, and they switched.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
What did you think of that?
I thought it was.
Holy shit, it worked.
I thought it was good, and of course I can't remember the people who were in it. But I like the original with Goldie Hawn, but I thought it was good. But
The
it was,
original was so great.
yeah, and
Yeah, password. Okay, you
it wasn't spectacular. It wasn't as good as the original. And I think that's the other danger. Like, how many movies have been remade and you go, that one was better?
I can't really think of one off the top of my head. Maybe if I really dug through the archives. Yeah. All Quiet on the Western Front. I saw it. So it's not really the same, but it's still a remake. And the movie in 22 was better than
Platform, like we were talking about Wicked a couple weeks ago, and Wicked is so phenomenal, one of the best things. And I'm looking forward to that movie when they eventually make it.
But also did not necessarily trounce on the story of the Wizard of Oz. It was not the story of the Wizard of Oz. It was telling a different story. It was the backstory, right? So you can't call it a remake in that sense. It's not even a reboot. It is something that's separate and distinct unto itself. And I don't think the movie Splash, going back to that reboot, I don't think we have a nostalgic tie to it.
Yo, dog.
In the way that we do other movies. That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, it's not a cult classic. There's nothing that ties you to other than you remember it was about mermen.
And Tom was hysterical in it.
Yeah, stuff like that. Like a movie, but it's not like one of those movies that people, I believe, can recite all the lines to. It's not a movie, I believe, that when they see it on TV, if you see it on TV, I don't remember the last time it just appeared, or I noticed it on streaming, that you have to stop and sit down and watch it. Like, there's certain movies, whenever they come on, it doesn't matter how many times you've seen it, you're going to watch it from that point until the end. You may know all the lines. You don't care if they're commercials, but there's something about watching a classic movie or a cult classic movie. The nostalgia makes you feel good in that moment, and you want that feeling. I don't know if there's any of that tied to Splash.
Yeah, it's no ghost.
It's not a ghost. It's none of those movies.
I ain't afraid of them.
It's not a bad movie. I like it. But there's nothing so memorable. It's like, no, please don't touch it. No, you can't do that. You can't change it. There's nothing where I feel as if it's perfect just the way it is. Leave it alone. I don't feel that way about Splash. And I don't know that the majority of people do either. Now, will some people dislike it? Of course. Because we're contrarians, and we driving me down. But I think he could work, if only because Channing Tatum, I like him as a comedic actor. Yeah, he does that very well. He's almost like a lovable oaf. He's never one of those highbrow, super funny guys. It's more subtle than that.
But he was in Magic Mike, right?
Yeah, he's in the new one, Magic Mike 3, which is coming out very soon. Yeah.
So help me find out.
I heard that was Magic Mike season.
I was Angel. I had a girl. Best worst movie ever. Exactly.
Is that a classic for you, Angel?
Oh yeah. Magic Mike is a cult classic. Absolutely.
Oh wow. She said it with the emphasis. Absolutely. She put it actually on the ab. Okay, so
Morgan Freeman would be like, he really didn't know. His life would never be the same. His life would never be
Well, it's
the
not
same.
necessarily him. I like
His life would never be the fucking same.
For the guy who's married to Sophia. Yeah. Hello.
Okay, all right. I know your style, your speed now. You can play with Mo Kelly. KFI 640 live everywhere.
Yeah,
On radio app. Nothing gets passed out. We are on it.
KFI.
KOST HD2.
Los Angeles, Orange County.
Live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
A whole lot of cash for the homeless. I'm Amy King, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. LA County has unanimously approved a nearly $610 million budget for its plan to battle homelessness. Mayor Karen Bass says she won't accept the city's homelessness crisis.
We must bring people indoors faster, and we will. We must build housing faster, and we will.
The budget was approved yesterday, just under 2 months since Bass declared a state of emergency on homelessness. The county says its initiative plan will help move people from camps to more permanent housing. A new $3 million police helicopter has taken flight at Huntington Beach to provide air support for several cities.
I'm gonna
A moment of silence for Nick Vella, our officer who died when the helicopter went down. Huntington Beach Police Chief Eric Farr says Vella was killed this month last year. The new MT-530F is the first of 3 new helicopters. We have contracts also with Newport Beach, with Irvine, and with Costa Mesa. Mayor Tony Strickland says people feel safer when they see HB1 in the air. Air Support Bureau is a critical part of our police department. Not only does it keep our residents safe, but also our officers. The other 2 helicopters are expected in the next few months in Huntington Beach. Corbin Carson, KFI News.
Tougher wire tests from streetlights in LA are on the rise, and the city council is asking LAPD for enforcement strategies to protect the lights. Officials say the number of streetlights damaged because of wire theft has gone up more than 6-fold in the last 5 years. The damage has left some neighborhoods in the dark for weeks before repairs can be made. Councilman John Lee says the lack of real consequences has only made criminals more brazen. CBS is planning to buy Oak Street Health for about $10.6 billion. Oak Street runs centers for low and middle income people with Medicare Advantage plans. CBS Health also covers more than 3 million people with Medicare Advantage plans through Aetna. A man accused of killing nearly 24 people in a racist attack at a Walmart in El Paso, Texas, is pleaded guilty to federal charges. The man changed his plea weeks after the government said it would not seek the death penalty for the hate crimes and weapons violations. He's still facing a potential death sentence if he's convicted on a state capital murder charge. And he surrendered to police after the massacre in 2019, saying he was the shooter and he was
trending.
China's President Biden has smeared their country in the State of the Union address. China's Foreign Ministry spokesperson says it is opposed to defining the entire China-U.S. relationship in terms of competition. Biden focused mainly on how the U.S. was increasingly prepared to compete with Beijing. Biden said he's in competition with China, not conflict. A city bus has crashed into a daycare near Montreal, killing 2 children and hurting 6 others. The driver's been arrested and charged with homicide and careless driving.
I think everybody who's listening today should hold their kids a little tighter. It's a sad day.
Josh, where's the monkey?
For Quebec's Laval region, Christopher Speed says he can't imagine what the parents of the children are going through. A neighbor says after the crash, the driver got out of the bus, ripped his clothes off, and started screaming. A man from Orange County is a TikTok sensation, not by sharing what he can do, but by admitting what he can't Oliver James sits in his van in an empty parking lot, pushes the record button on his phone, and why?
Well, I'm teaching myself how to read.
The 34-year-old fitness instructor from Costa Mesa is one of 8 million people in the U.S. considered functionally illiterate. James says with encouragement from his wife, he decided to put himself on the TikTok stage.
And so I went out and I just literally said, 5 words. What's up? I can't read. That's it. And it just started off from there.
He's now taught himself how to read and plans to read 100 books on TikTok this year. Jennifer Jones Lee, KFI News. If you'd like to follow Oliver James on TikTok, you'll find him at Oliver Speaks 1. Southland weather from KFI, mostly clear, lows in the mid-40s to low 50s, dipping down into the 20s and 30s for the Antelope Valley. Sunny tomorrow with highs around 80 at the beaches, Metro LA and Inland OC. Mid-70s to low 80s for the valleys and clear, 50s to mid-60s in the Antelope Valley. Back into the 60s and 70s Friday. Partly cloudy Saturday with a slight chance of showers late Saturday, early Sunday. And will be partly cloudy by Super Bowl time with highs in the 50s and 60s. It's 59 in Brea, 55 Lake Forest, 55 in Marina Del Rey, 56 in Burbank. Got a cone zone in Santa Ana on the 55.
That's real warmer.
Is along the northbound, make that southbound coming up on McFadden, taking its door off limits until 5 in the morning. That's why traffic is loading up all the way from Irvine Boulevard. Now it's also going to be a little crowded through Alhambra. This is due to a stall on the 10 eastbound at Atlantic. Right lane block slowing you down from Fremont. A crash in Ontario. This is the 60 eastbound at Archibald. It's on the off ramp, so car flipped over there. Lots of activity going on. That could slow you down if you're trying to use that off ramp. If you see any problems, pound 250, keyword KFI traffic. KFI in the sky helps get you there faster. I'm Angel Martinez.
It can be dangerously easy to steal your identity during tax season because so much sensitive info is all together.
Before we start the annual meeting of Sean's personal info, has anyone seen Social Security number?
Not me.
Nope. Nah. Oh no, he's been stolen.
LifeLock by Norton makes it easy to help protect yourself. If you become a victim, we'll work to fix it. No one can monitor all transactions, but you can save up to 25% off your first year with promo code NEWS at lifelock.com. Identity theft protection starts here.
Did you know you can get your prescription for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medication. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to goodrx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Rosetta Stone, where language is learned. RosettaStone.com.
KFI.
More stimulating talk.
An iHeart radio station.
You're suspended or some shit.
640 live everywhere.
You come.
The iHeartRadio app. But one of the big stories of the day has to do with Disney formally announcing that they're going to eliminate 7,000 jobs, and that's coming by way of CEO Bob Iger. And if you get into the specifics of the numbers of the cut and the depth of the cuts to the company, it makes you wonder. Well, not actually wonder, it's more amazement at how poorly run the company seemingly was up until Bob Iger taking it over once again. According to Bob Iger, the company is targeting a total of $5.5 billion in cost.
Do you have a Twitter account?
Specifically, $3 billion in cuts are supposed to come from content having nothing to do with sports like ESPN. But $2.5 billion will come from non-content cuts, as in personnel. Quote, this reorganization will result in a more cost-effective, coordinated, and streamlined approach to our operations. The eliminated jobs amount to roughly 3% of the company's 220,000 workers worldwide. To announce 7,000 jobs being cut in such a drastic way, in such a, I would say, surprising way, just lends more credence to Bob Chapek was really running the Disney company into the ground and also the Disney Plus app trying to somehow cover up. I don't mean this in a malfeasance way. I mean it in a management way, trying to cover up how poorly Disney, much to my surprise, had been run in recent years. You would think that they were enjoying nothing but success, when in actuality they were living beyond their means. So here's what I noticed. And I can't tell you all things. We have been working on some guests that are Disney related, and it's been kind of difficult the past 24 hours because things have been shaken up over there, and you know what I'm saying is what's happening over there is affect. I know enough people work over there. They're unsure of what will happen in the next few months in terms of Disney and personnel. How this plays out, and then I just told you, 5.5 billion in cost savings, 3 billion will come in cuts from content. So that could be the end of television shows, series on Disney Plus. They could sell off portions of the company. They could sell off. I'm just saying hypothetically. They could sell off Hulu. They could sell off TV shows and movies which are on the Disney Plus and partition that off or send that off to some other streaming platform.
I would say if they're going to sell off anything, it's going to be a lot of the acquired 20th century content that's not necessarily Disney Prime, Fox content, stuff like that. But they can say, you know what? Nah, we don't need that. We're okay. You can have that.
If you remember, very recently, Disney purchased Fox, as in like Fox Television, 20th Century Fox, the movies, and all that content ended up on Disney Plus. But it came at a hefty price, and clearly it's not panning out financially in the way that they thought. They've overextended themselves, and I think you're right, Paul. I think they're going to sell off some of that stuff they've recently purchased.
All right, baby, let's see if it works.
For them right now, if they're thinking about it, would be to sell off the Simpsons to Universal. I say that because Universal has a fixture, or the Simpsons has a fixture at Universal theme park.
I have it on good authority. I had to jump in there. I have it on good authority.
And folks, right, Gooseneck
It's one
Trailer,
of the most streamed,
1974.
most popular titles and properties within the Disney matrix, and they probably will never sell that. Wow. Not the Simpsons. Yeah, not the Simpsons. Okay. Because that has merchandise, that has all of that.
I mean, the longevity of that. I mean, we had the Cartwright, not this Nancy Cartwright, but when we did we did the Simpsons, the 20th, the whole yes, I know that the Simpsons is going to make money forever wherever it's at. But I'm just thinking the cost of them licensing the Simpsons when it's also shared with Universal and the theme park entity and all of that, if all they've got is the animation and they got the rights to stream it on their app, and I get it, it's the most probably watched thing that they have, they can still probably get back in the black outright if they say, you know what, that's something that we can stand to lose.
The Simpsons altogether, the rights, I'm quite sure that's got to be worth more than $1 billion. It's got to be. The merchandise, yeah. The series, we talk about 30 years of content. Yeah. Just a TV show.
Just one show.
Yeah.
Universal who could use it, they could rebrand and launch their own app really successfully. Why not?
Iger also said the move will coincide with a restructuring that will divide the company into 3 core businesses: Disney Entertainment, ESPN, and Disney Parks, which goes against earlier published reports that they were getting ready to sell off ESPN. Iger, I guess, is saying, no, we're going to keep it, but we're going to divide it up and keep sports over there, Disney Entertainment here, Disney Parks want to have a clearer line of demarcation. And, and these cutbacks come across amid a string of layoffs across the industry. We've been talking about it. We talked about how Warner Brothers, Discovery, just about every streaming company is either consolidating, merging. It's almost like they're hunkering down and getting rid of. It's like the Wild Wild West days of 2 or 3 years ago, where you had these $150 million costing Netflix movies, all that kind of stuff. Those days are over.
Yeah.
Because they can't monetize it in the way that they thought they were going to be able to, that was going to bring the number of subscribers. And remember, Disney has more than 225 million subscribers, and they're still struggling. What does that tell you?
And they're the leader of tax.
Yeah. partnering with, say, Nat Geo, just doing things that can be shot abroad.
That's
I
it.
guess more real outside of
Okay,
just
yeah.
US, you can maximize your dollar in different markets. Same thing akin to what Netflix is doing, getting a lot of foreign content shops where they license it, they buy whatever, and so on. Now, with that, we're going to talk about some of the things that we do know that Disney is going to do to generate revenue in the short term, kind of leaning on their, I would say, their heritage brands, their classic brands, their most successful franchises, and see whether that will make. We're going to ask Amy King whether she cares about it or not, because she is the definitive authority on all things Disney in the state of California. I don't know about Nevada. I don't know about New Mexico. Can't say about Oregon or Washington. But in the state of California, it's Amy K. King. Is it Katie middle name?
Yep.
That's what I thought. It's just like my mama's name. Is it short for Catherine or anything?
Nope.
Just K-A-Y.
K-A-Y.
Okay. It's later with Mo Kelly. KFI 8640. We're live everywhere. On the iHeartRadio app now to Amy K. King in the KFI Newsroom.
First, skyrocketing gas bills. Now, electric bills could be going up. Southern California Edison has sent a request to the California Public Utilities Commission asking for a 4.4 rate or 4% rate increase. Higher natural gas prices are impacting its ability to deliver power. A 65-year-old man has been found unconscious outside an apartment that was on fire in East Hollywood. LA Fire's Brian Humphrey says the man suffered severe burn injuries in a fire on North Hobart Avenue. Part of Disneyland is turning blue. Disney CEO Bob Iger has announced during the company's first quarter earnings call there's going to be an Avatar experience in Disneyland with details coming later. Pandora, the world of Avatar opened at Animal Kingdom at Walt Disney World in 2017. Clear tonight, sunny, warm tomorrow, highs in the 70s to low 80s, cooling into the 60s and 70s Friday. Got cooling in Pomona on 71.
Tight.
On the southbound side is backing up from the 10th freeway. It's because of the crash just before Mission Boulevard, and these guys are blocking the left lane. So big delays here, a lot of activity, and it'll take you a couple of extra minutes to make your way through northbound problems. There's a lot of work zones, a lot of road work setting up. This one's in Corona. They're always working away on the 15 and the 91. So watch out for Caltrans crews out on the scene getting ready to set up shop. They're also working in Corona from the 71 south to the 91 westbound. KFI in the sky helps get you there faster. I'm Angel Martinez.
This report is sponsored by 1-800-NO-CUFFS Criminal Defense.
I'm attorney Darren Capanoki, founder of 1-800-NO-CUFFS, reminding you to exercise your right to just shut up. It doesn't make you look guilty, it makes you look smart. 1-800-NO-CUFFS, because no one looks good in handcuffs unless you're into that sort of thing. 1-800-NO-CUFFS.
Ladies and gentlemen, Top Chef Fabio Viviani has arrived. Now your top reasons to visit Bermuda.
Prime Cut is open. Steakhouse meat and Brazilian churrasco.
Number 2.
Pescado is open. Try the seafood tower and oysters on the house.
And the number 1 reason.
The marketplace is open. It's an elevated all-you-can-eat casino dining experience you've got to try today. The marketplace is open.
Mirando, good times. The hit true crime podcast, Paper Ghost, is back with a brand new case. Season 3 digs deep into the 1992 cold case murder of Tammy Jo Zawicki, a New Jersey college student, and uncovers a murky police investigation, a pool of new suspects, and the community still desperate for answers 30 years later.
Tammy's supposed to be on campus, and she's not here. And people are starting to get worried.
Listen to Paper Ghost on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Only iHeartRadio gives you access to all. iHeartRadio has access to all of your favorite radio stations.
It's Ryan Seacrest. I go by the name of Charlamagne the God.
I am Ellen K.
Bobby Bones here. Hola, soy Enrique Santos.
Access to all of the best free curated playlists, my favorite music, and songs.
A little bit of everything.
Access to all the great podcasts for every interest.
The Stuff You Should Know podcast.
The Daily Show podcast, The Herd with Colin Cowherd, and best of all, it doesn't cost a thing. Download the absolute iHeartRadio now.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free that can save you money on your medication. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show GoodRx coupon your pharmacy discount counter. GoodRx works at 20,000 pharmacies. using Walmart, Rite, and Walgreens. And it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to goodrx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
How much do you think your home is worth this year? Do you think it's going to be worth the same next year? If you're thinking about borrowing on your home equity, your odds of getting more out of your home is probably higher now than it will be next year. I certainly believe that. Some experts predict that property values might decline over the next few years, making it more challenging for borrowers to tap into that home equity. If you need $75,000 or more, HMS Capital can help you borrow the money you need with the equity you've built. So whether you want to consolidate debt, make home improvements, whatever your situation may be, HMS Capital may have the best solution to help you. No appraisal, credit report fees to apply. I've done 2 mortgages with HMS Capital. Clearly, I'm a fan. I believe they are simply the best at what they do. Call 833-255-5698, 833-255-5698. Visit hmscapital.com.
Done.
This is protected stuff. This is America. Try doing this in Germany. You know what happens? You get tossed to prison for that. Even saying you're a Nazi, you get tossed to prison in Germany. Here, the kids wear swastika armbands. This is America. Bill handled that First Amendment is sacrosanct.
Live 6 to 9 a.m. on KFI and on demand anytime on the iHeartRadio app.
It's later. We're host Kelly. KFI 8640 live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. And one of the biggest stories of the day, no hyperbole, is what's going on at Disney. They announced some 7,000 job cuts. And without getting into too many specifics, got a number of friends over there at Disney, and they are concerned. Because usually when it happens like this, you don't know if it's going to impact you as an employee. You don't know if it's going to impact your division. You don't know how it's going to take shape. Now, one thing we do know is, even though they may be cutting back over at Disney, they are moving forward with some projects. And I will say, I'm not possibly the best person to assess whether this is going to be a move to help Disney big picture. We heard, as ABC was saying, that there's going to be an Avatar land, I'll call it, exhibit attraction.
Yeah, there's going to be an attraction. They didn't give a lot of details, but it's a pretty powerful ride from what I've heard from everybody who's been to Disney World. It's a really cool experience.
I used to play Theme Park Tycoon, and I would always call my place Happy Land. Really? Yeah, because I thought that was the best name for a theme park. Happy Land.
But there's going to be an Avatar 3,
Fun World.
so who knows?
Funland. Funland's big.
Yeah. I was trying to watch Avatar 2 today.
Yeah.
I got through 2/3 of it.
Oh, good. Well, it took 2 hours anyway.
Yeah, we could talk about 2/3 of the movie. Can't talk about the last third, but I took your comments to heart, and you were spot on in every way. I knew as I was watching it what you meant.
I did a personal movie review for Mo yesterday.
Yes, and I'm not quite ready to give mine yet because I haven't seen the full movie. It would be unfair to give a movie review of 2/3 of a movie.
Gotcha.
But what you did say, Amy, it was spot on. But we'll go into that probably before the end of the week. But speaking of movies and speaking of Disney, speaking of the job cuts, there are some things that Disney has announced that they're moving forward. And I think yes, it is intentional. Hey, here's the bad news, but here's also some good news, or at least how they try to spin it, where there will be a Toy Story 5. Yes. I'm okay with that. I'm good with that. Yes. And we had John Ratzenberger on for Toy Story 4.
Love that.
Amy King.
So I lost interest in Toy Story a couple movies ago.
That's why I asked.
Yeah.
You did not play Toy Story 3? That didn't literally tear your
You're holding
heart out?
toy hands?
I don't even know that I saw it.
Oh my God.
I know, it's kind of sacrilege for me, but yeah.
Literally, every adult in that theater was bawling their eyes out in Toy Story 3. It was one of
Because the little boy's growing up, right?
It's not. There's a scene.
Oh, that's not why?
No, there's a scene. It gets real. It really, really hard even thinking about it gives me emotion.
Okay, Disney Plus, here it comes.
Yes, Toy Story 3. And when all the toys are in hands, you'll know that's the scene we're talking about. It's
Okay.
like,
No shit.
but that's Toy Story 5.
No email, dog.
If I told you Frozen 3,
It's like they shut off their thing.
production slate.
Again, I'm not huge on the sequel thing. I know that they make money. They go, oh look, it's successful. Let's make another one. The Fast and Furious 10 is coming out. But I think Frozen was such a good movie, and I think Toy Story was such a good movie, and I think Beauty and the Beast was such a good movie, and I think The Little Mermaid was such a good movie. Like, just let it go.
But Disney is all about recycling, my word, recycling their own intellectual property. You have movies, and you have the live action adaptations, you have the musicals,
Which are fabulous.
right? So they're all about multi-purpose their own intellectual property, and as an extension of that, more is more. Not less is more, but more is more. If you like Frozen, well, let's give you Frozen 2. Well, you like Frozen 2, even though to a lesser degree, there's Frozen 3, because we know that there's a built-in audience. We don't have to market it as because it's
already familiar. Yeah. I mean, so from a business standpoint, I don't hate on Disney for doing this. I mean, like you said, the built-in audience, they know they like it. They're going to go back to Disney.
All right, along those lines, Zootopia 2.
Zootopia.
I didn't care for Zootopia 1 at all. Actually, I don't even.
That's the one with the rabbit and the sloth.
I'll take it. Yeah, it was the rabbit. That's why, yes, there was a sloth.
Rabbit
There was
and
a
sloth
rabbit
is
and a
huge.
fox. It was
And the sloth is big.
don't judge a book by its cover. Just because I'm a fox doesn't mean I like to eat rabbit.
And then he ate.
Well, and it's different for you because your kids were much younger. Well, yeah, so you saw these movies and you saw the impact they had at the time. I saw them because I was born